Oh, the big question is Trump making America great again? Well, it's been not even a month since he's taken office, and if you watch the news, it's interesting. It really is. Okay. The total reversal and the way things are going, uh, it's kind of shocking. It's hard to keep up with everything because I guess he's telling the truth, and he's going to expose the corruption and the crooked stuff going on in the government. And, I never thought it would be possible, but it looks like he is. The Democrats, the liberals, are all in a panic. All the parasites in this society that, are civil servants or whatever, because, the thing is, the bigger government gets, the more corrupt it is. Okay? And all of these countries start telling him, well, you can't push us around and whatever. And he starts talking about the tariffs. And they all kind of start, they play a game and say this, but then all of a sudden, a week, 2 weeks later, there's an arrangement agreement and everything calms down. Okay, and this has happened a couple times. I just heard today that they're going to stop the war in the Ukraine. Okay, I know he's been in negotiations and that, but they're talking about it escalating to where NATO's going to go in there and involve this, and the thing is, it's not necessary. Okay, they got to stop it. I guess they are. Okay, or supposedly it's leaked out. They're talking that there will be a ceasefire, and they're going to work out some sort of a deal to put an end to this. Okay, I even seen a clip of Zelensky saying that all the aid money that was sent, he really didn't get most of it. He got weapons, but he didn't get no cash. So now they want to investigate, where did the money go. Okay, and they got a new press secretary, which I've seen her in action. That was pretty good. They actually answer the questions. So when they're in there going, well, you know, are you cutting off all money to, like Social Security, Medicaid, all federal funds to people who need it? And, they say, look, here's a memo. It explains in detail what is being said and how it's being portrayed as a total freeze of all spending is false. It's not true. Okay, anything that sends money directly to an individual, okay, like Social Security, welfare, unemployment, or whatever the government funds there, is not going to stop. What's going to stop is sending foreign aid out to these countries that are at war or for whatever reason or for economic development. And they said one case there is on the Middle Eastern war, that they found that they were sending $500 million worth of condoms to Gaza as aid. And she said, this is ridiculous. That was immediately stopped. That funding was stopped, frozen, cut off. Okay, and you're asking yourself, how does something like this happen? Well, if you're a politician and you're voting to send aid, and you have a major controlling share or are a major owner in a business or company that is manufacturing this, it's really nice to get a $500 million contract to send a bunch of whatever, condoms, paper plates, whatever, to Gaza. Okay? I mean, something totally ridiculous and useless with $500 million worth of it. Okay, this is what's got to stop. This is what he's stopping. This also is why all the liberals and all these other people that have these friggin' jobs that are all funded by the government. That's why they're all in a panic. And where he said that, all the employees resign and, get a severance package. I think that's great. I mean, that's a good way of doing it, other than just firing them all. I mean, the man's being fair, if you ask me. Actually generous. So, I think, and I never thought this would ever happen, I think it's taken a turn for the better. And also, the Democrats are falling apart. Chuck Schumer got up there and was speaking in the Senate, and he couldn't put two words together. Usually he's there with that grin, and he's falling hell apart. And a lot of these older politicians that have been there, like Feinstein and this and that, they've been there 40 years or more, okay? And I know they're all bought and sold. They're all part of the corrupt system. But they're old, and they're there till the day they croak, okay? They stay there forever until, they can't even, I think Feinstein couldn't even get into the office. They had a wheeler in there moving around. It's these people, their time is done, okay? And it's just time run out for them, okay? So you're going to see that's crumbling, that group of powerful people that have been there forever. They're just too old. They're losing control, and I think it's happened because I was thinking to myself, for Trump to do any of this, he has to break a very powerful group of people up who are in control of this country. Okay, but it looks like just time itself, much like the Soviet Union. The reason the Soviet Union had to eventually collapse is all the people in that small group that were controlling that country, the Communist Party, they all just, old age. Old age did them in, and then they were gone. Then they didn't know what to do because anybody that opposed them was either imprisoned or executed. So now you got nobody. This gigantic power vacuum, okay, happens when the Soviet Union collapsed. Okay, it's very strange, and that's kind of like what's going on now. And I think Trump's doing the right thing. And yeah, the future here, I know it's not. It's going to be a rough one. This year's going to be kind of rugged, okay? But hopefully they'll straighten things out, okay? It's going to get nasty because a lot of people that have been taking stuff for granted and that are now going to be out and have to come up with something like, maybe even actually working for a living or something like that. And yeah, what they have to do is they have to have a big shake-up to get the economy back on the right track. So there's going to be a lot of turmoil, I should say, in the coming year. A lot of sad people. But as far as somebody like me is concerned, which happened to me the past 25 years, okay, this society and the government's been against a person like me, okay, and all the middle class and down people, have had a terrible time, and hopefully it'll get better. I mean, that's the only thing you can think. But it looks like it is. So if you would, comment section's open. You can put your comments, thoughts, whatever in there, and just, go right ahead and tell me what you think about all of this happening now. All right? Hit the like button, subscribe, and stay tuned.